It was a frightening experience, but thank God nothing happened to me. And as a result of my experience, we have actually spearheaded how to manage accidents which occur in along our highway. Because in fact, last 2 weeks ago, Cabinet passed a paper where a committee consisting of the concessionaires, JKR and my ministry will sit down and work out a very practical mechanism involving the concessionaires with our support and assistance, so that in case of an accident, from the moment accident occurs till actually relief comes through the 999 response team, there will be a team to actually take care, because that is a very critical period. That is you will see when you go, there will be sometimes a motorcycle victim of an accident who is still very much alive, but just still lying on the road with very little help reaching him. So we have sort of I highlighted this, and then what we have done is said, okay, we'll sit down and we want to fill that gap. It will be a cooperation between multiple groups, we ourselves, the concessionaires, the fire department, and the police and JKR, and how we can fill this gap, so that we want the response time to be faster. To do the basic things which are needed as we wait for full medical aid to actually reach the situation. Mobile units, training people who are already in the mobile so that they can widen their scope of services to include medical assistance. We are looking at that kind of angles. So we have set up a committee. The committee is taking on this agenda, and we hope to come out with something which you can address that situation, because that is critical. That half an hour, depending on where your accident is. Now the response is they will call 999, will reach the nearest hospital or clinic, and depending where the hospital is, they have to reach the place. And if you are lucky, they will reach you 15 minutes. If you are not lucky, they can take half an hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes to reach. So we want that gap to be bridged. So that thought came to me after I experienced it. As some form of symbolism in my ministry, after every Wednesday after a post-cabinet, in fact we all come to a post-cabinet wearing t-shirts and tracksuits and all that. So the entire team of the post-cabinet will go for a walk. That is a symbolic message that this ministry is actually committed to a healthy lifestyle. The answer to that, I think, is to a great extent how we actually promote the whole concept of healthy living during the entire phase of life. Because once you do that, then you actually prevent a lot of the other issues which come later on in life. So we want to preserve a person in his state of productivity as long as he can. That has got great economic implications to the state, because so long as at least the fellow is independently functional, that means you can to some extent be productive by yourself. So I think that is the most important. So for that, I think is to retain the state of health through healthy promotion of healthy lifestyles on a continuous basis. Malaysians have still not reached that stage. They don't think of health until sickness falls upon them. You see? So you find a huge obese fellow trying to walk or jog on the streets, you'll see. It is because he probably has been identified having a problem. And then suddenly he finds that there is this urgency to deal with this problem. But that shouldn't be the case. The prevention of that should have been part and parcel of your lifestyle all this while. In my personal observation and interaction in my constituency and otherwise, the community which is probably invests in among the Malaysian communities, maximum in its personal healthcare is the Chinese community. They invest in terms of time, effort, and a visible concern to maintain state of health. It is poor in the Malays and the Indians, and the Indians have got the worst statistics among all the three communities in terms of obesity and diabetes. And this is a reflection of how much actually concern and awareness you put into yourself in trying to preserve a state of health. So I think this message, as I have said this before, Malaysians should feel empowered to feel they've got a right to a healthy life. As Malaysians, we tend to overeat. So Malaysians should start eating less. I think this is very, very important. Our portions which we are served in our restaurants are hefty, huge, and the style of eating, so, and the type of food which we eat, and the way we cook our food. So we need to undergo a lot of transformation in that process. And nasi lemak and Dietary combination is a killer combination. It goes more than 500 calories. And to burn that out, you need to do lots and lots of walking. You know, you might have to walk 10 kilometers to burn nasi lemak and Dietary.